MSB here in the game Hearthstone, and it's time to take a look at another budget deck spotlight. Today we'll be taking a look at the Hunter class. So, let's get started. The Hunter class is all about waiting until turn 7 or 8 and dropping a slew of beasts using the card Unleash the Hounds to give all of them +1 attack and charge, and then basically dropping your opponent's health either to 0 or extraordinarily low to then finish them off with something like a kill command. The budget deck can perform in different ways depending on the matchup, but that's the ultimate goal. Now, with some budget decks, they have up to 6 rares in them. With my budget decks, I only have a maximum of 2 rares, so it's all basics and commons, and then only 2 rares. And that way, it's easy to make if you are just starting out in Hearthstone or haven't had the opportunity to get a lot of the rare cards. So let's take a look. The first thing we start with is a Hunter's Mark, and that's to make sure that if something with Taunt gets too out of control, you can just drop it down to 1 health. Then we get 2 Trackings, 2 Unleash the Hounds, 2 Timberwolves, 2 Explosive Traps, 2 Freezing Traps, 2 Starving Buzzards, 2 Eaglehorn Bows, 2 Animal Companions. The Eaglehorn Bow is the rare in this deck. 2 Deadly Shots, 2 Kill Commands, and 2 Multi-Shots. The rationale behind these, as I mentioned, the Hunter's Mark is to make sure that if something with Taunt that will impede you is on the field, especially if it's like a Priest where they double the minion's health, then you just reduce it to 1 and your first creature can kill it. The trackings are obviously to dig for the pieces of the combo that you need, which is Unleash the Hounds and Starving Buzzard optimally. Timberwolves are in there, of course, to give you the attack buff. Explosive Trap and Freezing Trap, these cards, Explosive Trap, Freezing Trap, the Eaglehorn Bow, Animal Companions, Deadly Shots, and Multi-Shot, those are the spells that you use, or the cards that you use, in order to get yourself to turn 7 or 8. You don't play out any creatures, you just use those. Well, you don't play out any creatures other than Animal Companions. And then you use those cards to fend off your opponent's aggression, and then finally destroy them with a mass helping of troops. So then, in addition to those, I put 2 Stone Tusk Boars in. The Stone Tusk Boar is great if something has Divine Shield. You can just lay one of these out and send it in before turn 7 to break something. Or if something's at 1 health, it's just a great little finisher without actually having to use up either of your Unleash the Hounds to actually just kill something off quickly. 1 Young Dragonhawk, and then we've got 2 Direwolf Alphas for additional attack buffs, 2 Ironbeak Owls to silence any taunters or anything that gets out of control. And that's what we have it. So we've got for troops, 2 Stone Tusk Boars, 2 Timberwolves, 1 Young Dragonhawk, Direwolf Alpha, Ironbeak Owl, Starving Buzzard, and those are what you'll basically drop in order to finish someone off. And the attack values can get pretty crazy when you start sacking things like Timberwolves and Direwolf Alphas. So, excellent. Now that the deck's ready, let's go ahead and take it for a spin. So the weapon in there, the bow, is obviously another one of those cards that you use to finish something off. Optimally, you would want to only use it once and then make sure that you have some kind of trap. The explosive traps are used if your opponent starts playing anything that has a 2 or less defense, and then the freezing trap is used if they play out something larger that you can't finish off in 1 hit, so that way it just kicks it back to their hand. Perfect. Priest. Okay. And Animal Companions are also meant to sort of stave off the initial rush. So let's go ahead and keep a tracking. And then we will keep 1 Animal Companion, and let's go ahead and throw back our Stone Tusk Boar. Generally, you want to make sure that you have at least 1 piece of the puzzle, 1 piece of the combo. You either want a Starving Buzzard, or you want an Unleash the Hounds, that way it's easy to get those moving forward. But as you'll see, most of the time, you're just sort of staving off the opponent. Hey, staving off the opponent, and like I said, turn 7 or 8 is when you just really want to make sure that you to knock them out. That's fine. Okay. If there's a multi-shot that we get, that'd be great. Perfect. We'll take that. And we may just do that on turn 3, depending on what he plays out. Okay, Mind Blast, that's fine. That's actually really good, because that means he doesn't have a second thing to play yet. We could Deadly Shot, but since that's 3 defense, we definitely want to try to use multi-shot against this cleric. And what you'll see is normally around like turn 5 or 6, you may not even play out any cards. You may just arrow and then be done with it. Because all you're trying to do is just whittle away their health. Okay, he's just doing 1 damage to me, that's fine. Okay, another multi-shot. We'll just go ahead and kick out the Animal Companion. Perfect, it's Boar. I'll kill his guy off. That's what he gets for not increasing his board presence. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so we'll just go ahead and Deadly Shot this and do some additional damage. Anything that's 1 big troop that he throws out, then that's a perfect target for a Deadly Shot. Come on, I know you want to do something to me. Okay, another 5 damage, that's fine, and then healing up. You really don't care that much about your health. Obviously I'm at 18. Finally, I get 1 piece of the puzzle. So we'll go ahead and we're gonna set out. We're gonna make him think that we've got a snipe, because that's another one that you can play instead of Freezing Trap. So what this means is his first troop will be lower defense because he'll be trying to bait the snipe. But I won't care about it. Oh, Hawker, that's fine. He actually didn't care if it was a snipe or not. That's unbelievable, actually. Yep. Boom. Get rid of those. I don't have... See, and this is a perfect example where the boar would be amazing. So I'll just trade that off. It's fine. He did his work. Do a shot. Now I've got an alpha, and I've still got my coins, so that's great. So I've got 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, there's your Blade Master. Okay, Circle of Healing. That's fine. Because all I'm going to do is wait for him. Oh, now I get my Stone Dust Boar. So you would have seen how good that would have been. So I'll just shoot him. And then end my turn. Obviously what I'm waiting for is lethal. I've got 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Ragnaros. All good. Up and back into your hand. Okay, so we'll start playing cards out next turn, and see where we get to, because we can't wait any longer. Okay, sounds good. So now we play our Starving Buzzard first to start collecting cards, and then we play out our Stone Tusk Boar, because what we want to do is give ourselves the best opportunity to get more 1-cost creatures like this, like a Timberwolf. You want to make sure that you can play out Timberwolves whenever possible, because that gives a ton of extra. That gives a ton of extra attack across the board. And now we'll play a Direwolf Alpha. And we'll play another Stone Tusk Boar. Oh, no, I don't have the mana for it. Actually, no, I do. There we go. So coin, and then it's 4, 8, and attack. Attack with everything. And then there we go. So, you know, he was at 20 health. He had obviously great cards, Ragnaros, everything like that. You know, he would have finished me off more than likely, but I didn't really need to stress. You know, you just use your traps, you use your shots, you kill off everything that's dangerous right off the bat, and then as soon as you've got it, you just plop down your buzzard, start casting your cheaper troops to try and pull out the rest of the buffers, like the Direwolf Alphas and the Timberwolves, and then that makes your troops become incredibly strong, and then you just throw in Unleash the Hounds and knock out whatever health he has. So even if he had killed my Boar companion, earlier, I still would have had enough damage to finish him off, and if he had played a Taunter, I could have just thrown out my Owl and silenced it, and then just rushed right through. So, excellent. Thank you for watching. In part 2 of the Hunter budget deck breakdown, I'll go over more in-depth detailed gameplay elements to show you different examples of where this deck can perform well. So obviously that'll be released later this week. So if you like the content, please take the time to subscribe. And as always, I'm MSB, wishing you good games and good times.